Beats working as an insurance adjuster, and like just all this weird crane. So every time you pull a crane out, you'd be like, what? And all four sides were different. Sometimes the crane would get put back in the other way, but you get a new sign. It was kind of like one of those things that you do. You fold up and you do like 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. It was kind of like that, where every time you look at it, you see something different.
That's cool. We had out on Lake Combs, they have it's called the Follow Me spot system. It's this big road case where they take the and it's got the controller, like the lid folds down into a table. The controller sits there, big TV, and it's basically there's a camera up at the rig that has certain lights attached to it, and you control it remotely with a little target system. So they call it duck hunt. So there's like this pipe that attaches to the back of the case, and they have a duck that they call Francis Drake that they put on top of it, and it's one of those decoys that flaps like this. And so they're like it doesn't work unless Francis is flapping. So they have to hook him up, and like he sits there and does this. And they play duck hunt to spot the guys in the band.
Oh jeez, that's funny.
They set it up in the shop, and I was like, what in the world is this?
It's
I thought it literally was just like a video game.
Well, but that's what you get when you put people through what we go through. You put me on set for 16 hours a day, 6 days a week for 5 months. You know this shit that's going to come out of my brain? It's going to be just like that. It's going to be just like that.
So good.
And that's why we have this sick sense of humor. And a lot of people, like sometimes I'll say stuff, and people are like, what's wrong with you, man? And I was like, what do you mean, what's wrong? Like, doesn't everybody think this shit? They're like, no. Like, no. I get that, and I got some military, so like, you get the two together.
There's no telling.
There's no telling what's going to come out of my mouth. I'm generally pretty good. Here, I got one for you. If I remember correctly, you're a Beatles fan?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, I love Beatles.
And my guitar
Isn't that perfect? I appreciate that. Because nobody likes Joe Dylan. I'll grab Joe the Beatles. Nobody likes Joe Dylan.
Do you remember her performance at Glastonbury? Oh, man. You can find that on YouTube.
Not a Beatles fan?
Oh, just look that up. It's awful.
I remember hearing her screech something one time.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Performance with John, I think it was guitar, she just got on the microphone. I was like, I think enough of this, John. I know you love her, but
Makes you wonder if that guy shot the wrong person.
How's your day doing? Still working out of town a lot?
Right now,
Oh, that's good. He makes money.
she's number 12.
Check 1, 2.
Oh, really? Just put it right in here. Somebody would know
Yeah, I know. What about the snow? Did y'all have any? The wind blowed, so if there had been any, I mean, it would have blown it away, surely. You didn't think to call our bass man, did you? Huh? Should we call him? I don't have his number.
He's probably out of town because I feel like he would be here by now. But
You have to do the same mic? 312?
312.
well, I would have him on Merry-Go.
I can watch that, baby.
I do too.
No,
You
sir.
ready to go?
It's better there.
Yeah.
You better be glad they Bob. We'd be standing here with dead air.
That's what they're. Maybe it's not 312. Maybe it's not like a radio. Someone's got a radio on. Like it's not true.
There, so she can see when they go breaking.
Oh, okay. That's what.
We're all there.
It's like, that's just an insulated wire.
Oh, I'm glad that didn't happen again.
It's not hard. It's not a hardwired sound though. It's someone's got a radio playing and the mic's picking. Pretty messed up. It was coming through the wires. So
You've seen it happen.
yeah, I bet. I bet. What is it?
Certain cities, like quarter-inch cables that some people use are not insulated. Just get a radio station playing out of their end. You can go get nicer cables.
Yeah, right. We're charging professionals. Why are we using cheap cables? Well, the guy that first taught me how to play guitar like 10 years ago, I was trying to figure something out, and he's like, man, he goes, if you're really struggling, it's really hard. He goes, just remember musicians that's smart. So there's got to be an easier way. And man, if he wasn't true, if that wasn't true, every time I'm doing something, I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, people can dig it.
I think she's doing the best. We'll work on that together.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
She comes for me. You said you wanted to see Daddy.
Talk to play the microphone to see because we lost her feed.
Hey, Mommy. Mom.
Oh, it's okay. That thing, talk, Eric. Talk in the microphone.
Hello?
Okay, it's going now.
Hello? Testing. 1, 2.
No, we see we lost her feed, so we have to hand the microphone to us. Okay, we're ready to
Hello, morning.
We're ready?
I got bad news for you.
What?
I lost I didn't lose it. I lost the misplaced the book somewhere between here. Only 4 and 12 for now. Did you hear me? 4 and 12 only for now. Thank you so much, Brack Llewellyn, and I appreciate you for keeping us on the air, or trying to at least, this windy January. Hey, it's the last Saturday of January. What do you think about that, Eric? Were you thinking about snow, or what did you think?
It's Super Bowl Saturday.
Is it?
Is that a thing?
This is Super Bowl Saturday?
Yes. That's what.
Are you sure it's not next week?
No, I don't watch football.
I don't either. And if you're asking me about who's like playing in the Super Bowl, I have no clue. I don't even know.
I think it's the Braves and the Dodgers.
Well, that'll be a matchup or a mashup, whichever you choose. So, you know, a lot of folks were expecting the snow. Of course, you were our regularly scheduled. We had this was planned. This was planned. And then I was worried that I might not be able to be here because if it snowed, I'd have to walk, bring the kids on a sled, then find somewhere for them to go.
Yes.
And then just little Grace, they're not able to come. They were coming from Siler City, so it's going to be the Merry-Go-Rounders. Thank goodness we're able to.
I heard their banjo player is really good.
Yeah, well, we're getting ready to find out. So, did you bring your banjo today?
Yes.
Okay, great. And can you see that way down there?
Nope.
Okay, you need a music stand?
No, I really haven't.
And folks,
I'm not really prepared.
you need to know that we were here at 10:15. So that's only like 47 minutes earlier than I'm usually here. But we still, I told you, if it had been Bob King, you'd have been out of luck because it had been dead air. Because at 11 o'clock, the merry-go-round starts, press the button, and so.
Man, I forgot my sponsor list today.
Oh, no.
So I have to wing that.
Okay, all right, well go ahead and do that. So help me folks in the theater here, and all you folks at home as well that's listening in, welcome to the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round. We do this each and every Saturday, broadcasting live from the historic Earl Theater, home of the old-time music, Heritage Hall. See, it says that right there.
And I'd like to greet the thousands of people in attendance and the millions listening around the world today. We'll be doing autographs, what, 12 to 12:05 out front?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So be sure and...
I've got my Sharpie ready.
You do? I have a gold one when I sign mine. No, that's not true. Not true. Anyway, let's get things started on the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round. Help me make welcome to the stage of the Earl Theater, Happy O. Jessup.
Thank you. All right, you pick the first song, Jenny. You want to hear Joe Clark or John Henry?
I'll go with John Henry for
All right.
500.
John Henry was a little bitty boy sitting on his pappy's knee. Picked up a hammer and a little piece of steel, said, "Hand me the death of me. Well, hand me the death of me." John Henry hammered in the mountain till his hammer caught on fire. First word I ever heard that boy say, "Give me a drink of water for one night. Give me a drink of water for one night." John Henry said to his captain, "Well, I'm a Tennessee man. Before I let that steamroll give me dick, I die with that hammer in my hand. Oh, I die with that hammer in my hand." And John Henry went up on the mountain and he looked off the other side. And the man was tall, John Henry was so small. He laid down that hammer and he cried, cried, cried. Laid down that hammer and he cried. Well, this woman came to see him, and a bucket was in her hand. And all time old John Henry ate his lunch, polishing drop steel like a man. Polishing drop steel like a man. Well, they brought him off of the mountain, and they buried him in the sand. And every time an old locomotive rolls by, they say, "Yellow lies a steel driving man, man, man. Yellow lies a steel driving man."
Well, I think that was a good way to start the program.
Well, John Henry was a steel driving man.
Hey, you know what? I think we talked about this last time, but I think that, you know, that song is based on a legend about John Henry. And there's actually a plaque. I was looking it up to where is the statue, the plaque rather. It's in Talcott, West Virginia. I'm not exactly so sure where that is in the state of West Virginia, but listen to what it says. It was erected in 1972 by a group of people with the same determination as the one it honors. The Hilldale Talcott Ruetan, they chose this memorial to mark a page in history 100 years after the completion of the Big Bend Tunnel. John Henry died from a race within the steam drill during the construction of the tunnel for the C&O Railroad. I'll get it right. May God grant that we always respect the great and strong and be of service to others. Isn't that great? Talcott, West Virginia. Who knows where exactly that is in the state, but I'll find out.
Bluefield.
Is it? Have you been?
I have no idea.
Oh, gosh, Eric. I told Brack that everything this morning was kind of going crazy, and somewhere between my first trip here at 10:15 and my second trip back here at 5 minutes to 11,
It was 3 minutes till 11.
3 minutes to 11.
Yeah,
But
Roger told me.
notice, folks watching on the YouTube stream, who was standing here at 11 o'clock?
I went to ask Dallas for some popcorn.
Okay, well, he's making fresh. I can smell it.
Yeah, it smells good. It's the best popcorn around.
The best. And Dallas he's still in training, but he's doing good. He's doing good. Let's do him another song, and we'll take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsor.
You want to do Joe Clark then? I mean, you didn't want to hear it a while ago, but we'll
Do you think I've changed my mind by now?
Mouth is like an old fireplace with ashes all raked out. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well, I say. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, goodbye, bird and brand. Got a place to lay my head, I can afford today. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well, I say. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, goodbye, bird and brand. I don't go to old Joe Clark's, tell the reason why. Can't get through his garden spot for tearing down his rye. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well, I say. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, goodbye, bird and brand. Slept on a feathered bed, and he put me in the floor. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well, I say. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, I'm going away to stay. I went up to old Joe Clark's, didn't mean no harm. He pulled out a 44, and he shot me in the leg. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, fare thee well, I say. Fare thee well, old Joe Clark, goodbye, bird and brand.
I tell you what, that was a great way to get the program started. And you know what, Eric?
Yes.
We've already heard from several folks messaging me and calling the radio station. And the first one, Bobby, he listens in all the time. I think he's from down around Walnut Cove. Wanted me to tell you how much he liked your hat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
My father-in-law, Danny Wilhot, gave me that hat. It's a Resistol.
Well, you know what it is? It's a blues man hat.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that?
Fedora. Blues
yeah,
man hat.
it's a blues man hat. It's a blues man hat. Also, when you're playing John Henry, I was saying about the John Henry blues. I love that too. It's actually two different kind of tunes, really.
And I'll do that one next.
Well, you can.
No, I don't know that.
We do need to tell the folks, welcome to the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round, all the folks watching on our YouTube stream in their warm homes. But the Earl Theater, if you're in and around downtown, they've got the heat rolling in here, and we're having a good old time, so stop by and see us. Also, welcome to the folks listening in on the internet, WPAQ740.com, as well as the old-timey way, like I listen at 740 on the AM dial, or sometimes 106.7 FM at night, so I can keep listening to this good music. Let's do another tune, and then we'll take a break,
right.
okay?
We'll do Old Cripple Creek. This is not the 1960s Cripple Creek either. These songs are way older than that. Most of the songs that are old-time music, people don't even really know the original lyrics to. I mean, they know the tunes, but a lot of this stuff was written before people could write or literate.
Passed down by oral.
Yep, absolutely. Roll my bridges to my knees, way up Crip Creek when I please. Going up Crip Creek, going and run, going up Crip Creek, having fun. Going up Crip Creek, going and we're going up Crip Creek, find me girl. I went up Cripple Creek, see what them gals had to eat. I got drunk, fell against the wall, old corn liquor was causing it all. Going up Crip Creek, going and run, going up Crip Creek, having fun. Going up Crip Creek, going and we're going up Crip Creek, find me girl.
rock.
Roll my bridges to my knees. I sleep on a creek, on and run on a creek. Have a little fun on a creek, on and work on a creek. Find me a girl. That's a mouthful.
All right, I like it. I like all the old time songs. Let's see. Somebody was in the music store yesterday and was asking me, "Do you like Southern rock?" I said, "Oh yeah, that's what I was raised on." "Well, do you like old time and bluegrass?" I said, "Of course, both kinds of music, old time and bluegrass. I like them both. I just like music, period." So we will be back.
And your dad's name came up yesterday at school. Mark Ray. I don't know if you know Mark.
I don't think I do.
Works for me at school. He said that Jimmy Lowry was the best guitar player locally, and we couldn't think of the name of his band. And then Mark messaged me and said, King Bees.
Yeah, King Bees. That's where it all started.
Yep.
Pilot Pool.
Yep.
Pilot Pool. So, bygone days, but we still remember them like we were talking about our oral history to pass down these songs. So, right now, we'll take things back to the station and hear a word from our sponsor of this portion of today's Merry-Go-Round. And we'll be back with more music from our special guest, Eric Jessup, also known as Pappy O. Jessup. We'll thank Ken White for that name. He might be listening in. We'll be back right after this.
It's time to go. It's time to go to church. We go to church tomorrow.
Oh, really? W-R-A-Y or R-A-Y? R-A-Y. Okay, I have to look him up and see if Thank you so much, Brack. And we will check the area weather forecast at the bottom of the hour, which is about 10 minutes away. And I'm going to keep up with things the best way I can. We do want to make sure that you know that this portion of today's Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round proudly sponsored by Price Power Equipment over in Elkin, North Carolina. See them for all your power equipment needs. It's time to get stuff started like that, because it seems like right now if you don't get your lawnmower and everything going this time of the year, when spring of the year comes, they're all tore up and nobody's got time to fix them. So go check with Price Power Equipment right now and get ready for spring of the year, or snow blowing, whichever you choose. We didn't have much snow, did we, Eric?
Oh, I had like 3 feet at my house.
What? One little pile that you piled up, or the wind blowed, or what?
Mulch. 3 feet of mulch. I was talking about mulch, not snow.
Snow.
Speaking of Price Power Equipment, so Jeremiah Price and Jacob wrestle at Surrey Central, but Jeremiah is probably the best wrestler in the state of North Carolina. So if they're listening, give a shout to Jeremiah Price, because he's unbelievably good. He's going to NC State to wrestle.
Are those children of the people that own that business?
Grandchildren.
Grandchildren. Well, thank you so much. They've been Merry-Go-Round sponsors for very many years. And why don't we take this time to tell the folks that are listening in or maybe watching about a little bit about what you do in your regular job, not your incognito Pappy O. Jessup.
So not a lot. So Michael Tate's running sound today. His wife Morgan was a student of mine, and she can attest to the fact that I'm way overpaid.
Don't tell anybody. You might get fired.
No, I mean it's a set schedule of pay scale, so it's fine. No. But I work at North Surrey High School, teach business and coach wrestling, soccer, and I've stepped away a little bit from the coaching part. So when I turn 50, I can tour.
Oh, wow. Go on tour with your banjo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds great. So give us another sample of what you're going to do after you retire.
Oh, wow. Well, we'll do a gospel song, old-time gospel song. Y'all know the circle being broken? All right. Yeah, sing along. I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I seen that hearse come rolling for to carry my mother away. Well, that circle been broken by and by, Lord, by and by. Be some better all the way in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I said to that undertaker, please drive slow. For that lady you are hauling, Lord, I hate to Hide my sorrow when they laid her in that grave. Well, it circled, being broken, my Lord, my and my. There's a better on waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. We went back home, our home was lonesome. I miss my mama, she were gone. All my brothers, sisters crying, all the home so sad and alone. Then we sang them old songs from childhood, hymns of faith that made us strong. Ones that Mother Maybelle taught us, then the angels sang along. Well, that circle being broken, by Lord, by and by. There's a better on the waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
All right, I love a good sing along. And you know what?
Thank you for singing with me.
Well, I said I'd keep my mic turned off.
Oh, and I got to give a shout out to my friend at work, Danny Leonard, hardest working man I know.
I know Danny.
Oh, that's all he knows is hard work.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know when he didn't even go to school?
Really?
No, his mom and daddy set him out in the cabbage field when he was about 18 months old in a diaper, and he just went right to work.
Maybe he was the original Cabbage Patch Kid.
Well, he might have been, but I mean, he just went straight to work. He can't read or write. No.
Eric,
But-
don't tell this on people. People
Well-
are listening like from Sweden and stuff, and we don't want to get the wrong idea of them out here.
People from Sweden? Smorgasbord beer born. Swedish chef. I don't know. Swedish people.
Back to Danny Leonard.
He's the hardest working man alive.
And he is listening?
I don't know.
Well, I hope so. Well, he's too busy working.
Yeah, he's probably working somewhere right now. And shout out to my Aunt Carol. She was married to my Uncle Keith for, God, 50 years probably. He was a Vietnam War veteran, and he's passed away now. But she's still living, so she's probably listening in. So.
Oh, awesome. How about your parents?
No.
They
No, Mom and Dad, I love you.
Well, why don't we send all those folks out a song, and
All right,
then,
which one?
then we'll have, well, I don't know. I
Pick
can't
one.
see the list. I can't even read it.
What about Mountain Dew?
That sounds like a good
We'll give that one to Bill Goins. Commissioner Goins. 'Cause
He's liable to run by in a minute.
he might.
He might be going around for the Mountain Dew.
He walks probably 30 or 40 miles a day.
He really does. All right, Mountain Dew.
Well, down the road from me lays a big hollow tree where you lay down $1 or two. You go around that bend and you come back again. There's a jug full of good old Mountain Dew. Well, they call it that old Mountain Dew. Oh, and they refuse it every few. I shut up my mug, he fell out of my jug with some good old Mountain Dew. Measured by 4'2". But he thinks he's a giant when you give him a pint of that good old Mountain Dew. Well, my old Aunt Jean got some brand new perfume. She said it had a sweet smelling pew. But her surprise when she had analyzed it was nothing but good old Mountain Dew. Well, he called it that old Mountain Dew, and they refused it every few. I stood up in my mug, fell out my jug with some good old Mountain Dew. Well, my brother John's got a still by the ponds of gallon or two. Them buzzers in the sky gets drunk and can't fly from smelling that good old Mountain Dew. Well, my preacher rode by with his head high, said his wife had been down with the flu. said I want to sail in the cold of that good old Mountain Dew. Well, they called it that old Mountain Dew, and they refused it every few. I shut up my mug and fell out my jug with some good old Mountain Dew. I'll shut up my mug and fill up my jug with some good old Mountain Dew.
All right. You know what we need to do? We need to send that out also in memory of Cosby and Clay Golden. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
They're relatives of ours.
They're both relatives of ours. And what was the old story? One of them couldn't stay at the still by day, and one of them couldn't stay by night. One of them was scared of the dark, and one of them was scared of the light or something.
One of them was, they always were making liquor, and they've been dead a long time, so I think it's okay to tell it. These would be Eric's great-great-grandfather and brother, and my great-great-uncle. Also, Ian Golden from Steve Marshall on High Road.
Oh, he's an excellent talent.
Well, he's also a descendant.
Yeah.
And so I was telling his dad that the other day when he told me, and I said, oh, you're related to Eric and me. And he said, what? I had no idea. But yes, I think Cosby and Clay were brothers, and one was afraid to stay at the still place in the night, and the other was afraid in the day of the revenuers, so or somebody to find them out. The time is the bottom of the hour now, and we'll take a break for the weather forecast. We'll be back with more music from our special guest, Happy O. Jessup, right after this.
Thank you.
Roger, are you making mental notes of all the songs that we cannot do now in the second hour? I know.
I'm trying to do one. I'm trying not to do any waltzes or.
Eric. Exactly. Hey, I'm right here. But they're so high. No.
And then just replace.
You know what we did last night? We watched the live action Lion King, watched the old Lion King back.
Thank you so much, Brack. Please just look over all of our shenanigans. I know you're in the show business, and you understand how when things don't go like you've planned them to go, that sometimes you just have to wing it. And so that's how it goes. I do want to say that it's always a pleasure to be here at the Merry-Go-Round. And next week, I want to tell the folks who's going to be here. We got a really big day next Friday. Excuse me, there I went again, wrong day. Next Saturday, first of all, we will be having a great old-time band for the 11 o'clock hour, the Chestnut Mountain Ramblers, followed up by Caroline and Company. If you've never heard Caroline and Company, outstanding band, up-and-coming music star in bluegrass, and she's great. So she's going to be with us for the 12 o'clock portion, and then beginning at 5:30 next Saturday, we'll be celebrating our 74th birthday right here at stage of the Earl Theater for our annual birthday celebration. We are so happy to be able to be doing that in person this year. So we're really looking forward to that.
Sounds like an awesome Saturday.
It's going to be a great evening. Then Saturday evening we will have, to kick things off, the Goodfellas, the Country Boys, the Slate Mountain Ramblers, the Nunn Brothers, and Harrison Ridge. And that's a free show next Saturday. And so
wow, that's a big lineup.
It's going to be great. We do hope that we have a full house, so we want to encourage people to wear masks because there might not be a way to social distance, but we're going to have a great time. And also, if folks can't come out, please know that you can listen on the air however you listen, and we also hope to have it on our WPAQ YouTube channel as well. So that's coming up next Saturday. Be sure and join us if you can. Right now, back to more music here on the stage of the Earl. Shenanigans. You know, that goes along with Pappy O. Jessup.
It does.
David just said he's listening in and he likes the word shenanigans. So
well, we're all Irish. So
we could be Pappy O. Jessup and the Shenanigans.
We could. Or the Pappy O. Jessup and the Roger Stamper Band.
We could be. I like Shenanigans better.
Along with Gene Lowry.
Along with...
Y'all hear that band next.
But hey, I'm glad they showed up, because if not, we would have been all standing around here looking around.
So I apologize to everybody at home. My spoon player, Stephen Pretty, he didn't show up today. He used to play with me all the time, and his wife Bretta bought a boat. And ever since they got that boat, like, he'll cancel on me at the last minute, never shows up.
Well,
so and I don't know where he's at today.
Surely not on a boat in this.
I don't know, but he didn't. I don't know. Just if you can send prayers his way, because I don't know where he's at this morning.
Well, I could have brought my spoons. You didn't tell me.
Ricky could.
Well, Ricky's in a class. Yeah, Ricky could have brought his spoons. But anyways, we'll play some music, since that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Oh
here.
yeah. Okay. My bad. Well, Dooley was an old man, lived down by the mill. Dooley had 2 daughters and a 40-gallon steel. One girl washed a bowler, the other washed a spout. Wife Captain Balls and old Dooley fished him out. Dooley slept up a holler, Dooley tried to make a dollar. Dooley gave me a swallow, pay back someday. Revenuers came to get him, slipping through the woods. Dooley stayed behind him and he didn't lose his goods. Now Dooley was a trader, when to town he'd come. Sugar by the barrel and molasses by the ton. Dooley slipped up a holler, Dooley tried to make a dollar. Dooley in this water, pay back someday. Sorry, and the men stood round and cried. Now Dooley's on the mountain, he's a bear all alone, with a jug right beside him and a barrel full of stone. Dooley's living a holler, Dooley trying to make a dollar. Dooley, yeah, me swallow, I'll pay back someday. Dooley's living a holler, Dooley trying to make a dollar. Dooley, yeah, me swallow, I'll pay back someday.
All right, I think that's a great one. Do we know if did the Dillards write that song? All of a sudden, I'm drawing a blank.
It was on the Andy Griffith Show, and they sang it.
I think they did write it.
Yeah, they might have.
Doug Dillard was such a talented person, and also Rodney carrying on the tradition of the Dillards. He'll be with us, I believe, for Mayberry Days again this year. I was got to see Doug the last year before he passed away. It was the only time I got to see him during Mayberry Days, but it was always a fun time, and he made the program so much fun. But the Andy Griffith Show is, there's nothing like it. And, you know, a lot of comedy in that, and just general thoughts about life. That's what I like about it. Let's see, we got time. Let's do 2 more, and then we'll take another break.
All right, we'll do old Grandpa Jones' tune called Dixie.
Okay.
Now, this is a mouthful. Whew, goodness gracious. Hello there, stranger, how do you do? There's something I'd like to say to you. You look surprised, you'll recognize I'm no detective, but I have some eyes. You're from a place I long to be. Your smiling face seems to say to me, you're from my homeland, tell me, can it be? Are you from Dixie? I said from Dixie, where it feels a continent to me. I'm glad to see you. Tell me, how are you and the friends I'm longing for? You from Alabama, Tennessee, or Carolina? said from Dixie. Well, I said from Dixie. Well, I'm from Dixie too. Oh, that was a terrible falsetto. It was back in old 89. I went over that Mason-Dixon line. And gee, I've yearned long to return to the friends I've left behind. My home is way down in Alabama on a plantation down near Birmingham. But one thing's for certain, I'm surely flirting with them southbound trains. Are you from Dixie? I say from Dixie. Where it feels good, I've been to me. I'm glad to see you. Tell me how are you and the friends I'm longing for. You from Alabama, Tennessee, or Carolina, anywhere below that Mason-Dixon line. I say from Dixie. Oh, I say from Dixie. Well, I'm from Dixie too. I said from Dixie. Oh, I said from Dixie. Well, it feels good, hot and baking to me. I'm glad to see you. Tell me how are you and the friends I'm longing for. Are you from Alabama, Tennessee, or Carolina, anywhere below that Mason-Dixon line? I said from Dixie. I said from Dixie. Well, I'm from Dixie too.
All right, I didn't mean to cackle in the microphone. I'll get some complaints for that because I realized I had my microphone on when I started laughing very loudly. I will try not to do that again.
Well, my banjo went out.
Well,
I was trying to.
They're known for doing that.
My drum string just dropped about
It's the
2
weather.
octaves.
You know it's the weather, so.
No, it's just bad play. It's not the weather. Oh, yeah, we'll blame the weather.
Blame the weather on it. And you know what I was thinking about when you were playing that song is we need a hee-haw reunion.
Oh,
And
they're all dead. We can't have a reunion.
Well, no, they're still doing Lulu Roman and also
She's little now.
she is, and her and Buck Trent and Kathy Baker, maybe a couple more. They do some hee-haw reunion shows. And wouldn't that be neat to have? I think we're missing out on some of that. We need to do some of that. I love Grandpa Jones, and especially I love his comedy and I love his banjo, but I love to hear him in the Hee Haw Gospel Quartet too.
Oh yeah, the gospel quartet's awesome.
And it is. Well, speaking of awesome, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, well, is it time for me to go?
No, not yet.
Okay.
We've got 19 minutes.
All right.
And then you can't go anywhere after that because you're going to have to fill in on the banjo.
Oh my gosh, the banjo player for the Merry-Go-Rounders is unbelievable.
Well,
He's not as good as the fiddle player. Oh, Fred, he's not as good as the guitar player.
he's definitely as good as the guitar player.
Can we do shout out to Jessie, my wife, my sweet baby. So I'll do Rolling My Sweet Baby's On. She couldn't come today. She said she had beans to string. And,
Oh my gosh.
And shoes to relace and a nap to take. And so.
Well, those all sound like semi-valid excuses.
No. No, she just don't like my play. Well, I ain't gonna work on the railroad. No, I ain't gonna work on the farm. I'm gonna lay around the shack till the mail train come back. Rolling my sweet babies on. Well, rolling my sweet babies on. Rolling my sweet babies on. I'm gonna lay around the shack till the mail train come back. Rolling my sweet babies on. Well, where were you last Friday? When I was laying in the jail, he was walking the streets with another man. Wouldn't even come to throw my bail. Oh, rolling my sweet babies on. Rolling my sweet babies on. I'm gonna lay around the shack till the mail train comes back. Rolling my sweet babies on. She never liked me. She ran me away from your door. If I had to do my life over again, I'd never go back there anymore. Well, rolling my sweet babies on. Rolling my sweet babies on. I'm gonna lay around and check till the mail train come back. Rolling my sweet babies on. Oh, rolling my sweet babies on. Rolling my sweet babies. train come back, rolling my sweet baby's on. Whew, that's a mouthful too. This is like, so old time music pretty much is like the precursor to rap music.
Oh no.
They're both really fast and a lot of words and they rhyme. I mean,
Eric, most words in songs rhyme. Not just old time and rap. And in rap, I'm not so sure they rhyme. And I'm not so sure they're even words. Words of wisdom from your host, Jenny Lowry.
you said earlier you like all music.
That's not music.
Oh my
So
gosh.
now,
Well, speaking of, so my car was making a terrible noise the other day.
no, I meant rap is not music.
Right.
Which, yeah,
My
rap's
car
not-
was making a terrible noise, so I took it to my mechanic, Anthony Fall, and well, I picked it back up, and he said, "Yeah, I got the terrible noise to stop." And I said, "Oh, what happened? How'd you get the noise to stop?" He said, "I took the rap CD out of your radio."
Oh my goodness! Wow. Well, that'll do it every time. That'll do it every time. Well, that was kind of a cheap fix,
Yeah.
probably. So that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. What you gonna pick up for us next?
Oh, we'll do a little Liza Jane.
All right.
Now, Adam Brashears, my banjo.
Mentor.
He's something, I don't know what he is. But he showed me, so you're in an open G, and then he showed me two more chords.
Oh.
And he showed me the claw hammer pattern, and then abandoned me. So yeah, he's my mentor. Adam, if you're listening, yeah. But he would not like this version of Liza Jane, because this is not the one he does.
Well, there's 3 different versions.
Oh, there's 30 versions, probably. I got a gal in Baltimore, little Liza Jane, stray cars rolling by the door, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. I got a gal named Liza Jane, you call me hon. I got a gal named Liza Jane, you ain't got none. Oh, Liza Jane. Oh, Liza Jane. Oh, Liza Jane. Oh, Liza Jane. Young man with pack goes back, little Liza Jane. Pack holds all that it can pack, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Ricky Jane. Oh, little Ricky Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Ricky, run. Oh, little Ricky, run. Oh, little Liza Jane. She's a little Liza Jane.
Well, Ricky will never come back. But thank you, Ricky, for bringing my book. I appreciate you so much. Ricky, yeah, no, I'm just joking. You know what? I do think now that I have my trusty merry-go-round book, this you just don't know. I'll tell you what, I'm very disorganized. And then some days it's even worse than other days. So, Brack, I've got the merry-go-round book now, so I'm ready to go and be on task with the advertisements. So let's hear a word from a very important messenger right now. On the merry-go-round, you're listening to the voice of the Blue Ridge, WPAQ.
Hey there, this is Ida Shepherd. I'd like you to join me
Are you gonna play that octave, man?
Are you really? I'm
excited.
That's Born in the Mountain right here on WPAQ Saturdays at 2. Born in the mountain.
That's Old Bell Reed.
Over 50,000 police officers are assaulted each year,
That was.
leading to injuries and death.
Old
They
Bell
know
Reed.
that if someone doesn't lawfully
Old Bell
comply
Reed?
with
Yes.
Did what?
enforcement have to be used to obtain
Oh,
compliance.
yeah, yes,
Nobody likes it,
But
especially
nobody can understand that it's called I've Endured, so they can't ever find it. They're like, how do you find that song? I'm like, it's not the name of the song.
Right.
Time to address
I'll
any
play that next.
Comply now. Please
I love it.
This message
I
brought
like
to
Old
you
Bell Reed.
Ash or Bill?
Learn more at nationalpolice.org.
And she's into
And thank you.
Here we go. Thank you so much, Brack. Really, really appreciate you. Some folks are listening in. Randy Hyde, he's listening in. Probably been, he might be working over at Mount Airy Saw and Mower. Looking forward to hearing your group next Saturday night, Randy. Also, Eric Bashirs is listening in.
Eric Bashirs?
He is listening in, and
Well, tell him.
you can tell him he's listening.
Okay, thanks for abandoning me. You taught me 2 chords and no scales and basically a basic claw hammer pattern. Give me 1 lesson and then abandoned me. So Adam, if you're listening right now, heck with you.
Oh, well, you know what? We used to play some music together a long time ago, too.
Adam's the best claw hammer banjo player I know.
Super talented, and
Yeah,
also
he's
a very,
great.
very talented artist. You know, he did the artwork for the front of the phone book one time.
Yep, he's very talented.
That's not a joke.
No.
The phone book is still a real thing, but this has been several years ago when the phone book was a really big deal, and he did a beautiful cover for the phone book in Surrey
a
County.
great old time.
Great old time musician.
Yes, very.
Let's see, we do have time to let's do 2 and 1 final break, and then we'll end up the program for the first part.
Okay.
And we don't even want to go anywhere.
Well,
But
I'm going to do the I've Endured. It came up on your phone, Ola Bell Reed. She was writing old time music in the 1960s.
right.
And one of the last people that I know that was writing old time songs, old time music. So I'll do that one. I might butcher it, but I ain't done it in a while. Born up in the mountains 50 years ago, on the hills and valleys, through the rain and snow, I seen the lightning flashing and I heard the thunder roll. I've endured, how long must one endure? Barefoot in the summer, on into the fall. Too many mouths to feed, they couldn't clothe us all. Went to church on Sunday to learn the golden rule. I've endured, how long must one endure? I work for the rich, and I've lived with the poor. I've seen many heartaches, I've seen many more. Lived in love and sorrow, been through successes, no. I've endured, and long must one endure. How long must man endure?
I really like that song, and thank you. A lot of folks, Ivy uses it as a theme for her program, Born in the Mountain, and so many folks think that's the name of the tune, but it's actually I've Endured. And let's see, Ola Bell Reed is from, what did we say, Ash?
She's Ash County.
Ash County native.
Yep.
And that wasn't her biggest songs, probably High on a Mountain.
Marty Stewart stumbled upon that one and recorded it, made a country #1 out of that.
Yes.
So that was probably her biggest song as far as writing, but she did one called Undone in Sorrow That was God. That's the saddest song I've ever heard.
A very talented person from Ashe County, actually born in Lansing, North Carolina, 1916. And so she came from a family of 13 children. So the songs she wrote, I'm sure, were definitely from the heart. She also played the banjo.
Yeah, she was a claw hammer.
Had a group with her husband for a time, and then also her son a lot. So, well, I don't want to talk the rest of your program. Let's do one more tune, then we'll take a final break and come back with one more.
You'll do Old Dan Tucker.
All right.
That dates back to like the Civil War era.
Oh yeah.
Old Dan Tucker does. Old Dan Tucker was a mighty man, washed his face in a frying pan, combed his hair in a wagon wheel, had a toothache in his head. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, used too late to get your supper. Well, old Dan Tucker came into town, riding a goat and leaving a hound yelled out in the goat jump. Old Dan Tucker straddled stunned, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, used too late to get your supper. Well, old Dan Tucker, he got drunk, fell in the fire and kicked up a stump, red hot cough from the heel of his shoe. Don't you know how the customer's flu? Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, used too late to get your supper. Swinging the girls round and round, first to the right and to the left. Then with the girl he looked best. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, get out the way, old Dan Tucker, get out the way, old Dan Tucker. Used too late to get your supper.
All right, thank you so much, Eric Jessup, also known as Papio Jessup. Let's sing things. Irish Papio Jessup. We'll send things back to you, Brack, and hear one more final word in this first hour of the merry-go-round, and give Eric a time to get his big finale lined up. And we'll be right back with more music coming up on the merry-go-round right after this. We can go, we have like 4 minutes.
I could do
Starting to say, bringing flashbacks. When I said you're
working on a fumage painting project. It's got to be for school. I bought all those canvases and candles and stuff yesterday.
Thank you so much, Frank Llewellyn, and I really appreciate you once again this Saturday, as you do about every other Saturday. Brack and I were a partner together for this program, and thank you so much. Glad we didn't see any snow. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not a big snow fan if it's going to stay, and especially not if it's this cold, because if it's this cold, you really can't get out in the snow and enjoy it. I mean, the kids are freezing. They can't, or my kids are anyways. Maybe other people's kids are different, but my kids
are just laying in bed right now.
It's
not freezing.
Too cold to have snow. So we got time for one. We got probably 3 minutes. 3 minutes. So maybe time for one more before we take a break for the news and bring out the merry-go-rounders. So what you got picked out to finish things up with?
Well, let's do. I Saw the Light.
I just want to keep you.
I wandered to aimless life through the sin. I would not let my dear Savior in. Then Jesus came like a stranger in the night. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. When I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Just like a blind man, I wandered along worries and fears I claimed for my own. Then like the blind man, God gave back his sight. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Well, I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Just like a fool I wandered and strayed, straight as a gate and narrow the way. Now I have traded wrong for the right. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Well, I saw that light, I saw that sight. Praise the Lord, I saw the light.
Thank you so much to our special guest, Eric
I
Jessup.
thought I had one more song.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Never mind. Sorry. 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Oh, this poor banjo.
You took off your banjo like you was going to slam it down or put it in the stand once. So
I can't
thought,
afford to break the banjo. I can't afford to buy another one.
can you believe people used to do that foolishness?
Yeah, that's just a waste of trees.
It is, it is.
I'll do
Okay,
it.
now really, we got 1 minute, so if you want to do a quick one.
What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sin, grief to bear. What privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Well, oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. Oh, because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. Have trials and temptation. Is there trouble anywhere? We should never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Well, have we a friend so faithful that all our burdens we can share? Jesus knows our every weakness. Take it to the Lord in prayer.
All right, I was glad to end up there on 2 good gospel numbers. Thank you once again, special guest Eric Jessup. And we'll be back right after the 12 o'clock news and weather with another hour and a half of music from our special guests, the Merry-Go-Rounders. Thank you so much for Roger coming in from Westfield so we can have another hour and a half of music, as our second group was not able to attend due to the weather down where they live around Siler City. So be sure and stay tuned for that. Right now, though, time to send things back to you, Brack Llewellyn, for an updated look at news and weather. You're listening to the voice of the Blue Ridge, WPAQ.
WPAQ, Mount Airy, North Carolina, the voice of the Blue Ridge.
That got lost in the curtain.
And 740
Off the COVID.
Here's news for WSYD and WPAQ.
We got both of them wrong.
Attorney General Jason Myers has issued an regulation that Virginia's state institutions of higher education cannot require COVID-19 vaccine as a general condition of student enrollment or student attendance. Released by Attorney General Myers said, although the general assembly specifically authorized higher education to assist the Department of Health and Local Health Departments in the administration of the COVID-19 vaccine, the legislation did not grant such institutions power to impose vaccine requirements. The legislation said HNI is vaccinated and boosted and encouraged everyone to get the vaccination. It also said that nowhere in the code of Virginia does the law say vaccinations as a condition of Virginia State University has been selected as one of the 6 historically black colleges and universities across the country to take part in a research project that focuses on building an integrated framework for digital learning at HBCU.
It's tuned to open D's.
$1 billion digital learning infrastructure is the first of its kind initiative led by Complete College America.
I don't know. I look everywhere for it.
To research, design infrastructure, and implement tools to support student recruitment, advise and digital learning management. The purpose of the project is to help build a digital support environment that promote learning and student success, supporting to abilities of the school.
Hey, how are y'all?
At least 2 wildfires in Virginia have recently been confirmed to have avian influenza, a virus that is highly contagious among birds. This comes after the virus was detected in North Carolina and South Carolina. The Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources said, quote, "These signals are not unexpected. According to the CDC, the virus can make it sick, resulting in death. Most of the
You should mute it there. You can't hear very well. It's going to be real hard right now. On the radio.
backyard farmers and production. The Department of Wildlife said people who are farming
You can
only,
mute it while there's an ad, if you can hear the ad, radio on back there.
possibly affects
I'm trying to give it some time.
vetoed a bill that would remove
I'm
the
trying to
primary
remember.
residence bill.
I'm not posting that, because I sounded like I was mean to you.
Control the election timeline and undermine the voting process. Constitutionality of congressional and legislative districts is now in the hands of the North Carolina Supreme Court, and the court should have an opportunity to decide how much time
Hey, babe, how you
to
doing?
ensure that our elections are constitutional.
Thank you. Be still so I can see you. You look like you're happy. Oh, it's great. See where I'm at in the auditorium? Look. I'm here. That's the main thing. If they're taking a break with the musicians, they'll come back in a minute and play me a birthday song. Oh yeah. Yeah, all the songs they play today will be on my birthday. All right, baby. Thank you for telling me happy birthday. I love you. All right. See you later. Bye. Hey. Jen, you can wish me happy birthday. Oh, we're having a blast. Yeah. I miss y'all too. We'll miss y'all more in church. I dare y'all to shout out them on now. Say amen and lift your hands while the preacher's. I'll give y'all $5 a piece to do it.
Hopefully you don't tear it. Don't tear it up, Roger, we need it.
Y'all have fun. Yeah, Jane, I love you.
This side of the block, I've literally opened the door.
Great. I said, maybe Coach Lover's lesson.
Here we go. Hang on a second. Yeah, I could think we died.
Thank you so much, Brad Llewellyn. Appreciate you this Saturday morning. That's my radio. Don't worry, they're good because I got to keep the radio turned up just a little bit. I'll cut this mic right back off. We are back with you here from the stage of the Earl Theater, home of the Old Time Music Heritage Call. And we apologize for not being able to bring you just a little grace. I hope that they're back with us in a month or so. They did have snow down where they were at, and so they were unable to make the drive up. Folks coming from a pretty good ways, about a 2.5-hour drive. So they weren't able to be here today. So thank you so much to Roger and Eric to agree to stick around so we could have our full 2.5 hours of music on the Saturday morning merry-go-round. So I'll go ahead and take my seat. Right now, I make welcome to the stage of the Earl Theater, the Merry-Go-Rounders.
Thank you, Jenny. We sure are happy to be here. Thank you very much. Thanks, Dad. Oh, it's not bad, really. I'm just.
You're old man.
Oh, we're gonna have a good time. That's all we can.
Hey, Roger, how old's that fiddle?
Well, I've had it for about 20 years myself, and I bought it up in Virginia about 20 years ago, and I don't know before that.
That's an old one.
It's an old timer.
Yep.
What,
It is.
What key you want to start in?
I guess just G,
G?
since the banjo's in G, and we'll.
Do you know G?
I got it on here somewhere.
We're starting off with a good old one called Cindy. How's that?
All right.
All right.
Just a tad, or sad, I don't know which one it is. It looks sad because it was hanging down here. Let me fix it. Thank you so much. G's not my key for that, just if anybody's keeping score.
What key is
that would be a key of D for Jenny, but that's okay. We're going to go with the fiddle because this is old time music, so you always follow
the
fiddle. What else you got in G there, Roger?
Well, why don't we reach back into the refrigerator. Got some turkey out. We do a little turkey in the straw.
Oh, that's a good one.
I hope I can remember all the chords.
Can you remember all the words?
No, it has so many words. You got to do it really slow to get all the words in.
I'm trying not to get in too high a gear here.
Okay.
Let loose, Roger. Let loose.
managed to end on time. I tried to have a premature ending, but we fixed it. We fixed that. I managed to realize we weren't ending the song yet. Thank you so much, and do appreciate you folks tuning us in or being with us for the Merry-Go-Round. We always have a good time here at the Earl Theater. And got over here after Ricky brought me my book, and now I don't have it. So let's go ahead and play. Let's play 2 more songs, and then we'll take a quick break. Will that be all right?
Sure, that sounds
You can slow it down if you wanted to. For
you can tell us what you're playing next, Roger.
Yeah, let's slow it down a little bit. Can we get a 2-step number or waltz?
Oh, waltz.
Yeah.
Which one?
Well, let's see. How about Tennessee waltz? Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty.
That was lovely.
Pretty, Roger.
Very beautiful. You always do a great job on the waltz numbers and the hoedowers too.
And for two rounds, Jenny was looking at me going, "It's an F. It's an F."
Well, you could play it a different way, but that's the way I thought it fit with what Roger was playing.
And she was like, F. And by the end of it, she's like, F. There's an F chord in there.
That's okay. Well, you got it. I thought you were doing it right. Let's see. Let's do one more, and then we'll take a quick break, if that's okay with y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all remember that tune played a few times called Josio?
Oh, Josio's good.
I'll try. Is this a 2-quarter?
It's a 3-parter.
Oh, no. Well, we're in trouble. Okay.
Excited 3-parter. The third part's going to be in E minor.
Okay. All right.
First part, second part's not E minor.
Okay. I got you.
So,
I think I remember the tune now.
And if I don't know what's going on, Jenny will tell me.
Jenny don't know this song. with that, we'll take a real quick break, send things back to you, Franklin Well, and then we'll be back with more music coming up from the Merry-Go-Rounders on the Merry-Go-Round right after this.
Did Jenny find out where her guitar went?
Threw it down.
No, your other guitar.
Oh, where's that? And this one is not
Do you leave
easy
it at
to
church?
play.
Well, that's
No.
important.
Yeah, this is an expensive guitar, but I can't play it. I don't play it. My fingers is not tough.
I couldn't play this. I can't play the instrument I'm holding either.
We can do 3 and then we'll have a weather.
Is it gonna snow?
Oh gosh, don't tell me that.
Is it?
I hope not.
You got any singing ones left, or you wanna sing any others that you sang before?
It don't matter.
Do you do Sail Away Ladies in G?
Yeah.
You wanna do that one? Do you know that
Can
one?
you sing it?
Maybe. Sail Away Ladies.
Sing it.
I'll try. Let's see what I can do.
Popcorn stuck in my teeth.
Is this where we offer an open invitation for anybody else that wants to join the merry-go-round?
No, we take up a love offering right now. Bring the wheelbarrow out.
Thank you so much, Brack, and really appreciate you once again. Also want to invite everybody listening in. Be sure and join us next Saturday. 2 great groups. We've got the Chestnut Mountain Ramblers, followed up by Caroline and Company. That's coming up for the Merry-Go-Round next Saturday. And then next Saturday night, right here at the Earl Theater, our big annual free concert. We were on hiatus from last year, unable to do it. But we will be here, Lord willing, this upcoming Saturday night. 1 week from tonight, 5:30 p.m., celebrating our 74th birthday of our station, WPAQ, featuring music from a whole lot of great groups, 5 bands, outstanding groups, the Goodfellas, the Country Boys, the Slate Mountain Ramblers, the Nunn Brothers, and Harrison Ridge. So that's coming up next Saturday night right here at the Earl Theater.
That's an excellent lineup.
Excellent lineup.
Yeah.
That thing will jump out of there, and that's what it looks like it's trying to do, so be careful with that. I don't know why, but I have trouble with that guy.
Yeah, at least
Oh, see what I mean? You just, I need to work on that, but hopefully it won't. If it does, be sure and drop everything and catch it, because $600 microphone.
I started saying, I ought to tell the folks listening we are talking about a microphone.
We're talking about a microphone. There's not an animal getting ready to jump out. Let's see, what were we talking about doing? We're staying in G for a while?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for another hour at least.
For another hour in G?
Play till 1:30.
Sail away, lady.
All right, here we go.
that tune. You know, not many people plays it nowadays, Sail Away Ladies. The time is 12:29. I don't know how that happened so quick.
An hour and a minute to play.
An hour and a minute, but here in 1 minute, we're going to take a break for the weather forecast, so I'm going to give Brack a time to get that coordinated. And while we do that, I do want to take time out to ask Roger. Let's go with the folks on the wall here in the Earl. A favorite fiddler, or one that really stands out.
Favorite fiddler?
Yeah.
It's got to be Tommy Gerald.
Well, it's hard to say. We've all got our own.
Benton Flippin.
Oh, I would say.
Benton Flippin was my favorite.
He had that bluesy style, like fiddling Arthur Smith in a way. Played with the 2 fingers, played with his 2 fingers like this, where you and I, which I'm more of a fiddle holder, I'm a fiddle case carry-arounder. I'm going to call myself that instead. But Benton played with these 2 fingers, his first and his middle, almost all the time, because he had real long fingers and great big hands. Outstanding in my book, outstanding. He played at my wedding.
I was going up Pine Ridge Road one day, and he was walking, I guess just for exercise. He didn't know me from anybody. So I slowed down, I rolled down my window, Mr. Flippin. Of course, he looks like, oh no, who is this? and of course, I introduced myself and immediately told him how much I admired his fiddle playing. So he was like, and he got in, and I took him to his house, and got to get a CD, and it was a really neat memory.
Oh wow, yeah, he was a very different person. He was really quiet, and
legendary though.
Legendary though, exactly, a legendary fiddler, Benton Flippin. Well, we might talk some more about the fiddlers here on the Old Time Music Heritage Hall. Right now, though, it's time to take a quick look at the weather forecast. So, Brack, give us a look at the weather forecast. We'll be back with more music coming up with the Merry-Go-Rounders right after this. What you got picked out next, Robin?
You want slow or fast?
So balance tonight at a very low 14 for the overnight low.
Go walk.
Should calm somewhat. Overnight we'll get some gusty wind.
And then wind it back
Cloudy
up.
on Sunday.
Yeah, okay.
Becoming mostly sunny eventually.
Yeah, sweet breeze good.
That's deep, though, isn't it?
That can go either way.
We can do either one with that.
If you want to wait till D, we can do another slow one with
Right now, 24 degrees, that's minus 4 degrees Celsius. The wind chill stands at 15 degrees. Back down to the Earl for more of the Merry-Go-Round broadcast. And your host,
Thank you so much, Brack Llewellyn. Appreciate you. And I am looking forward to the 50s. The 1950s and the 50 degrees. We got a song we play, get a lot of requests for it from Bobby Atkins and the Countrymen, called the 1950s. I think he wrote that song. It's all about how wish we could go back to the way things were. But we have to take things like they are. That's not the way it goes. Did we change keys?
No.
No? Okay, all right, we're still in G. That was wishful thinking on my part, I guess. No, I'm just joking.
Tune in the banjo.
All right, so what you got picked out for us next, Roger?
Well, you know, I'm tempted to do Westphalia Waltz.
Okay.
You know that one?
I haven't in a long time, but I know it.
Oh, good.
Or I've heard it. Once upon a time.
Make it pretty, Roger. Make it pretty.
was making it harder than it was first time through. I thought, wait a minute, and then I thought, oh, it's only got 2 chords. Wow.
That was beautiful.
That was what I thought, anyways. The Westphalia Waltz.
That I hope maybe I'll send it out to Johnny and Nancy Gentry. Johnny plays when we play out. Johnny plays lead guitar on that. Does an absolutely outstanding job as he always does on everything.
Hope they're doing good, Johnny and Nancy. Thank you for Johnny. You know, I thought I wanted to learn how to play the banjo, and I couldn't figure it out on my own. Of course, I've passed all that now. And
You didn't contact me for that.
This was way before I ever thought about you. I didn't even know you. This was so many years ago.
I'm still finished.
This is how I met Adam. I met Adam over
I
there.
would like some free strings. Next time I come to Old Mill Music.
Because I hurt your feelings.
Yeah, they're hurt.
Well, let's do 2 more, and then we'll hear a word from Old Mill Music. Will that suffice instead? Just hear our ad.
No, free strings.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Rick, if you're listening, Rick, I want free strings.
Because I didn't call you for banjo lessons.
I think we've got to get Eric to sing John Henry.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll do it.
All right. You just lead her off there. He gets going.
All right.
Well, you know what?
And I forgot the words to the last verse.
You've already done it once today, so your brain like put it aside. I'm not going to use that anymore.
No,
That's
I missed it the first time I needed to.
Well, I thought you did a good job. Let's have one more tune, and then we'll take a break and hear a word from our advertising partner, sponsor of this portion of today's Merry-Go-Round, Old Mill Music. So let's do one, and
Where's that at?
it's right up the street. Next block on the same side as the Earl Theater. We're open today till 3:45, and we got a lot of stuff in there. I mean, you can't even hardly walk right now. So we need some people to take some of it out if they're in the market for any music stuff. What you got picked out for us next, Roger?
How about a good old number called Golden Slippers?
All right, that's a good one.
Beautiful. Yes, sir.
It's one of those you play G or D.
This is a G, though.
It is.
That's a good one. Thank you so much. He's got it on that fiddle.
There's smoke coming off the strings right there.
There was. My hands was just like I said, I'm just not used to playing this guitar. I'm not very good anyways, but...
I'm going to ask the people, you lost your guitar, why?
I don't know. I had the guitar here.
Did Ricky sell your guitar?
I hope not. I hope not. It was a special gift. Larry Dumas made it and gave it to me. But I had it here on New Year's Day. I know I played it, and I took it back to the music store.
You played New Year's Day?
Yes, and I put it away, and now I don't know. I hope that, anyways, I'm going to try to find it. So if anybody sees it, it's one of the early numbers of Larry Dumas. But also on the same day, Mama's book. Her book with all her music in it, also missing. We have not seen neither one of them since. It was something crazy. But anyways, right now we need to take a break and hear a word from our sponsor of this portion of today's Merry-Go-Round. That's Old Mill Music. So Brack, go ahead and tell us about the folks at Old Mill Music, and we'll be back. More music coming up on the Merry-Go-Round right after this. I know, I love that song.
Roger's wearing that out. That was good. I like it.
That means quarter till or something.
Quarter one.
Oh yeah, we got 45 more minutes to play.
Oh, we can pull old time tunes out till the cows come home.
Yeah.
Did you want to switch the key? You have a G?
Anytime. I even brought a capo, but I don't know what to do with it.
You ready? Ready to switch?
Sure.
I swear if that microphone falls out of there, I don't know why that thing won't. It's just that one. Oops, jump out. Are y'all playing anything at Mountain Park? What about Toontown?
Well, I don't think.
Oh, that's right, they got a lady
Mark
fiddler.
made up another band called Leftover Biscuits. We're playing some places.
Well, tell them where y'all are playing, if you remember. Thank you so much, Brack, and we do want to thank all of our sponsors of today's Merry-Go-Round. Some of them we haven't heard from yet, but that's Price Power Equipment over in Elkin, North Carolina. Also, Old Mill Music. Let's see here. Mayberry Music Center for sure, as well as we want to remind everybody about our very special birthday celebration coming up next Saturday night, right here at the historic Earl Theater. Things will get started at 5:30 p.m. next Saturday with music from the Goodfellas, also music from the Country Boys, the Slate Mountain Ramblers, the Nunn Brothers, and Harrison Ridge. That's the order of the program as we have it for right now. So hope to be here myself as well. Not sure who else will be here from the radio station, but we'll have a big time regardless. And let's see, we're moving to D. What do you think?
Well, we gotta ask the question on everybody's mind before we do that.
Okay.
For the birthday party celebration, will there be cake?
You know what?
Or candles.
You
Will there be candles too?
You never know. We have had cake, and then we've not had cake. So I guess you'll just have to come over and find out. About 4 years ago, a gentleman, I believe he was from Galax, brought the most beautiful cake, and I don't remember if he had actually decorated it or he had gotten someone at Lowe's Foods or Food Line to do it, but it had a picture of the tower. It was absolutely beautiful. I couldn't miss it. The most beautiful cake. And also one time, Miss Angels did a cake for us, a great big cake. So sometimes we do have cake and sometimes we don't. But you know what? Even if we don't have cake, they got the best popcorn in the state of North Carolina right here at the Earl Theater.
Oh, it's great.
Dallas, he's perfecting his recipe. He's been with us maybe 6 months now, and he's getting it. And also they got popcorn concessions here at the Earl Theater. So be sure and join us next Saturday night. Are we ready to move to D?
We are.
I think I'm in 10. Okay. What you
We'll
gonna
do
do?
that little old number I think we did last time we played called Walks in the Clouds. It's a little old slow tune. Yeah.
Okay. so much. Eric, what happened over there? I've
Well,
never
halfway through the song, I couldn't remember where to put the capo.
Oh my God. It was trial and error.
And I had nail spikes up here.
And then finally the band just said, I've had enough, and the capo went flying. Did you see it?
I did not appreciate this.
That was what I was thinking in my mind. That band just said, not today, buddy.
Well, it's submitted.
Okay, all right. Are we in tune now, indeed?
No, probably not.
Well, you're the only one with a tuner.
Well, my tuner died.
Oh my goodness.
So
don't take that as a sign or anything. It did sound like you finally got it in the right place.
Oh, Roger, help me tune up here. D. Look at that. I'm gonna tell you what. If Tom and Gerald's fiddle is in Smithsonian, Roger Stampers needs to be once he's dead.
Let's put that off as long as we can.
Well, yeah, I mean, for 30, 40, 40 years, I
Yeah,
hope.
please, please. We got a whole lot of merry-go-rounds left to play that we might have cancellations on, so.
Play bad notes.
What do you think? Have you got it now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
What you got, Roger?
Oh, let's just do Soldier's Joy.
All right.
Oh, that's a good one.
We'll find out if we're on tune or in tune. I'm sitting on sweet tater vine grass. I'm sitting on sweet tater vine. Yonder come a chicken and said he's mine. That's good. You know what? My favorite version of Soldier's Joy probably would be the Skillet Lickers with 3 fiddlers. I love to play that music. And isn't it funny how that was recorded? Funny story. We'll pick us out a good tune to take us up to the top of the hour, but
we still got 30 minutes
left. In the in the 1920s, that was the hottest thing going for people buying music was the Skillet Lickers, and their main, of course, they were from Georgia, played music much like this, a little bit different style because they had 3 fiddlers.
They weren't as good as us.
Well, I'm going to say they were. But
I disagree. I've never heard of them. I still disagree.
Eric, okay, well, just let me tell you, but their main competitor, Charlie Poole.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was their competitor of who they were competing against to sell records.
Charlie Poole's great.
So the totally different sound is, so a lot of folks think that Charlie Poole really didn't get the recognition that he deserved because what he was playing was technically bluegrass at that time. Of course, before they had the Scrooge style banjo, he was kind of a precursor to that. But yeah, the main competitors at that time, late 1920s, almost 100 years ago today, the Skillet Lickers, Gid Tanner and his Skillet Lickers, and Charlie Poole and the North Carolina Ramblers. And Soldier's Joy, I love to hear Gid Tanner and the Skillet Lickers do that one. But anyways, I just thought I'd throw that out there. I never knew that until I was watching a documentary and they were talking about how really bluegrass is older than what people think, because in the 1920s, that was the main competitor to the Skillet Lickers. Time for one more, and we will take a break for a top of the hour things we have to take care of. What you got picked out for us next, Roger?
Let's do Sweet Maria.
All right.
Awesome.
That's a Benton Flippin special right there. He always did a great job on that, and you do too. Thank you so much. When we come back, we'll go ahead and tell you a little bit more about the folks here in this group. But right now, we'll send things back to you, Rag Llewellyn, for a look at the top of the hour of things that we have to take care of, I guess, including the weather forecast. You're listening to the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round on the voice of the Blue Ridge. This is WPAQ AM 740 along with FM 106.7. Just up for a second.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.
Oh yeah, take care.
Have a good day.
What you, bud?
Yeah,
Don't want to work.
Yeah, I've been just tuning by here today.
Well, I used it a minute ago.
Well, it dies when you use it.
I did it. Play it deep.
Are you gonna play that Octave Man?
At some point, I'd like to play it.
Yeah, dude.
What are we playing deep?
I love
Does
it.
that sound in tune? I'll put a heat lamp out for my dogs because my dogs are wild. They can't come inside. You know what I mean? But they seem to be okay. They got cedar shavings in their boxes and stuff.
You got the heat lamp in there, too.
Yeah. What do you want to do next? He calls the songs. This is no.
I'm not hearing that.
But this is. Yeah, we can. What are you going to play?
Bonaparte Crossing the Road.
Mm-hmm. I haven't played in a long time, but I think I can do it. You said in D? Okay.
I love it. Because it's a awesome instrument.
Oh, yeah.
It's a mandolin, but it's a long neck mandolin, basically.
Thank you so much, Brian. Appreciate you. And don't worry, we're on the air. That's just a light. And now I've left the switch back there, so I'll catch that next time around. A lot of folks come up and tell me, they're like, you're not on the air. And I'm like, it's just a light. But that's okay. Thank you so much, Roger. Appreciate that. We're going to switch things up. Now we got something that...
We've got an octave mandolin.
Now I call it a bouzouki. Is there a difference?
Yes.
Okay.
So, no, not really.
I think there may be a difference in the tuning, but
It's a beautiful sound.
This is handmade by Arnold Moonaghan.
It is.
Yep, Arnold.
And Arnold has got several instruments for sale in my shop. He's a great local luthier out
I
of
have one of Arnold's guitars.
Yes.
It sustains better than any guitar I've ever owned.
Such a talented person, and I want to tell folks this because folks that are listening in, they may want to know this. Arnold has a guitar in the luthier exhibit at the Mount Airy Museum of Regional History now. And I don't even know that he's even seen it.
Arnold's a luthier?
Arnold is a luthier.
I thought he was a Methodist. All this time I thought he was a Methodist. He's a luthier.
He's actually probably an old Baptist. But he's also a luthier, not to be confused with Lutheran.
Either way, he builds great instruments.
He does build great instruments. You want to do Bonaparte's Crossing the Rhine?
You know, I've discovered something about Arnold.
What's that?
You can get his instruments if you give him money.
You can.
And that's the same. That's the same way that goes with like bread at your grocery store.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he's very talented. You can check some of his instruments out at the Mount Airy Museum of Regional History. Also at Old Mill Music, and very talented person. Very talented.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, I wanted to.
We're doing Bonaparte's Retreat.
Bonaparte's Retreat.
Oh gosh.
I thought you said Crossing the Rhine.
Bonaparte Crossing the Rhine.
Okay, it's two different songs. Bonaparte Crossing the Rhine.
Song.
No, it ain't. It's two different songs. Watch my hands. And the octave mandolin is tuned how?
It's an octave
It's just-
higher than a mandolin.
An octave lower.
Lower than the mandolin, but
No, it's an octave higher.
No, it's lower.
It's an octave.
An octave lower.
welcome to the debate today.
Okay, sorry.
No, you put G's right. I'm just
It's but it's still E-A-D-G like a fiddle or mandolin.
That's
Double.
just the octave difference.
Oh, wow. I'm talking to Roger.
Actually, I have.
You're not being nice.
You can tune it like a typical mandolin. Mine's tuned so it's more sounds more like a mountain dulcimer.
Yeah.
That
Oh, yeah.
drum sound.
Okay, so how do you have it tuned?
It sounds great.
I have it tuned where the E, which would be normally the high string, would be an E, is actually a D.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Well, that's great. I call it a bouzouki, but he said there was maybe a little bit of a difference in it. But Arnold definitely calls it an octave mandolin, I know for sure.
Yep.
You want to play another one on that?
Yeah, do it. I like
good.
it.
I mean, I don't want to shock the audience too much.
You won't.
All two of them?
This might not be something that.
Is it in D?
Well,
We'll play it.
no. This one's not. This is going to be. I thought I'd play a little something a little more Celtic.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
we'll let you do a solo.
I'm Irish.
Go do that.
My last name's O'Jesson.
Well, there you go. But this is it's a jig,
Okay.
cash jig. You ever heard of cash jig?
That's great. I enjoy that. You're also a member of the Almost Irish band, right?
I am, and that was part of the reason I worked hard to get this from Arnold. You know, to play in the Almost Irish band gigs.
Well, y'all will be gearing up for some gigs coming up in a month or so, right?
Yeah, I would.
Well.
You do not play the octave mandolin as good as you do the fiddle.
Eric!
He's the best fiddle player around.
Well, I think he does good on that too. But if
The
you
octave
do,
mandolin, yes.
yes,
He did a good job.
he did a good job.
He's about the best fiddle player.
You want him to get his fiddle back out?
He is.
Okay.
I'm more of a fiddle player than I am any.
Thank you.
What are you going to do for us next, Roger?
Well, let's see. We're in D,
We're
so
in D.
we can just get back to the old time numbers, maybe. Let's see. The little young lady's not here that likes ragtime Annie.
No, but I know she's listening. She likes Ragtime Annie, and also
Is she bedridden?
no, she's not. But it was a little bit scary to get out for people not sure. A lot of folks texted me last night and said, "We're not coming. We're not coming. We're afraid it's going to be bad weather."
Predicted anywhere between 0 snow and 3 feet of snow.
0 to 3 feet, and so it's hard to plan when they do the weather like that.
Yeah.
But she likes Ragtime Annie and Liberty, both
If I did
those.
my job like the weather people did theirs, I'd be fired.
Which one are you going to start with? That's me. I'm telling you, that wall is about 0 degrees, and when you walk over there and you lay something down, it doesn't want to get back in tune.
I'd like to thank Michael Tate. Are you still here?
He's still here.
I'm here.
He's here.
Then we gotta thank the
for
sound man.
helping us do sound today. He's my mama's second cousin.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
awesome.
really.
You're lying?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know what we're going to do with you today.
The only person I don't watch is Jessie.
Okay, well.
Because she knows.
Now, you are. Never mind.
I'm golden. My mom was golden.
Yeah, I know all about the Goldens. I come down from the Goldens, too.
Yeah, they all lie. You're a liar.
You don't know. Ask Rick what he thinks about that. He'll probably say no. Well, I wish she would lie sometimes, but she tells the truth in a mean way. Jenny. Yeah.
I'd rather hear.
Very truthful.
I'd rather hear a nice lie than a mean, cold
truth. Okay. Well, we'll see what we can do on that. Roger, you want to do which one? Ragtime Annie or
Now
Liberty?
we got back in tune.
Don't wear that right now. Watch it.
Ragtime Annie, I guess.
All right. We got it. We'll send it out, especially to Willie Sue. She might be listening in. Also Cindy over in Martinsville. Great job. And let's see. Time to tell you folks about our sponsor of this portion of today's merry-go-round. That is Mayberry Music Center, located right across the street from the Earl Theater, and of course locally operated and owned by the Easter family. James's daughter Teresa and his wife Denise, and they want to invite you to stop in and check out their selection of acoustic as well as electric guitars. They've also got mandolins, fiddles, banjos, trumpets, saxophones, flutes, and much, much more. They also offer music lessons as well as instrument repair, and they specialize in Blue Ridge guitars. They're the authorized Blue Ridge guitar dealer here in the Mount Airy area, and always offer a $100 discount off the suggested retail price of their Blue Ridge guitars. They've usually got a good selection of used Blue Ridge guitars as well as at a discounted price. They've got strings as well as all types of accessories for your instrument, and they offer music lessons as well as instrument repair. And they want to be sure and tell you that if you don't see what you're looking for when you stop by Mayberry Music Center, please ask them, because chances are they can have it for you in just a couple of days.
If I'm looking for a washer or dryer?
They don't have that, but they do have
So I get $100 off?
Not so much. If you're buying a Blue Ridge guitar, you might get $100 off.
No, you said if I'm not getting what I'm looking for.
No, I said if you don't see what you're looking for, ask them. And you're going to try to mess me up, but you know what? I'm a professional at this here, and so I'll get right back to my ad. And also, they do have a fine selection of bluegrass and bluegrass gospel CDs, including titles from the Easter Brothers, also the Primitive Quartet. Mayberry Music Center is open Monday through Friday
The Easter Brothers are awesome.
They are. They're open
They
from...
were awesome.
Yes. And Denise and Teresa are now taking over that business. They do a great job. They're open from 9:30 to 4 o'clock Monday through Friday, and on Saturdays from 9:30 to 3. They're always closed on Sunday. Mayberry Music Center, historic Main Street in downtown Mount Airy, and they want you to be sure and check out the newly painted Easter Brothers mural here right beside the Earl Theater.
Nice.
Very cool. And also they have a brand new exhibit featuring the Easter Brothers in the Mount Airy Museum of Regional History. If you have not seen it, please go by and check it out. We are so saddened at WPAQ. We had planned last year when they started doing that we would be able to have a reception there. And because of the pandemic, we were unable to do it. And now they've all passed away. But we do want folks to still go out and check out that outstanding exhibit that they did in the Mount Airy Museum of Regional History. So, this portion of today's broadcast brought to you by Mayberry Music Center. Roger, we've got probably
13 minutes.
No, not quite 13 minutes, but we do have about 11 minutes, and we'll have time for one more ad in between that time. So let's do 2 before we take a break.
Before I forget, let me make sure to mention that Dr. Mark Handy and C.T. Janney were also in Mountain Park Old Time Band, and I failed to mention their names when I mentioned Johnny and Nancy earlier, so I don't want to fix that mishap.
Outstanding group, the Mountain Park Old Time Band, and if you ever get a chance to go see them live, be sure to check them out.
We'll send this one out to my wife. I told her I'd send her one out. She said she'd be listening, so she lives out. What is this? My wife. I'm gonna send that to my wife. She lives out west. My wife.
Yeah, Westfield.
Westfield. Yeah. We'll just do the Mississippi Sawyer.
All right.
Sounds good.
I like that one too, Mississippi Sawyers. Thank you so much. Let's get done one more and we'll take a final break, Roger.
All right. How about a little Black-Eyed Susan?
All right.
Brown-Eyed Susan. White-Eyed. Black-Eyed or brown-eyed?
Baby, love my biscuits soft and green. All I need is creation for a little girl to make like me. Like I see, oh, like I see, hey, like I see. To make me happy, one thing come the other one day. I got all those words mixed up, so I'll just keep saying something else. Hey, like I said, oh, like I said, hey, like I said.
Great job on that one.
Roger actually sang on that one.
I know. I started to tell you to sing it, and then I remembered, oh no, that's Roger's song that he sings. He does great on it too. Brack, we'll send things back to you for our final break, and we'll get things squared away on what we're going to do to finalize things on this end. So it's been a pleasure. Right now, we'll send things back to you, Brack Llewellyn, and we'll be back with the conclusion of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round right after this. Okay. We probably have 2, and he'll cut us because we literally have like this many obituaries. How many? Well, we had 23 last week.
Next week?
I know.
But if I am,
so
do we need to
stop at 129. So like 2 quick ones will be fine. Should be fine. If I start talking, it's because I'm checking the time a little bit. What you do? They're supposed to be in Maui. You know, they have their, I know, I told them, I said, bring your spoons. It's been a crazy day around my place.
Crazy day at my place.
Over. I'm fine. I got the book. Ricky brought it. Okay, we got to chop.
Is that the real place?
Oh yeah.
That ain't right. Well, Slave Mountain's a real place. Arrowhead?
Yep.
Thank
you so much, Brack Llewellyn. It has been a pleasure to be here, and we're going to do one more and close things out. Once again, thank you so much to Papio Jessup for our first hour of music, and then on the fly, Roger Stamper, he flew in from Westfield to save the day so we could have...
Flew in on a helicopter.
Yeah, on a helicopter, heliocopter, like my grandpa used to say. So we could do live music for the second act as well. We got time for one more. What do you think we're going to things up on, Roger?
Sally Ann.
All right, that's a good one. right. Thank you so much from the Merry-Go-Rounders. Be sure and tune in again next week for the Chestnut Mountain Ramblers, followed by Caroline and Company, and then next Saturday night, our big 74th anniversary birthday station for WPAQ. And you've now found one spoon. You had one spoon the whole time.
In my pocket.
Anyways, we'll save that for next time, Eric. Thank you so much. Until next week, this is Jenny and Lowry.
Let's give Roger Stamper a hand.
Yes, absolutely. This is Jenny Lowry signing off from another edition of the Saturday Morning Merry-Go-Round on the voice of the Blue Ridge, WPAQ.
That's right,